Imagine waking up, opening your wallet, and watching the entire value of your hard-earned cash instantly disintegrate right before your eyes. Demonetization is the deliberate, overnight stripping of a currency's legal tender status. Governments deploy it as a blunt force economic weapon to purge their financial systems. A nation triggers this extreme protocol to target three specific hidden threats: billions in untaxed physical cash, untraceable funding for terrorism, and counterfeit bills printed so precisely they pass standard banking security checks. Traditional police raids cannot physically locate and confiscate millions of illicit bills spread across an entire country. The mathematically viable solution is to instantly vaporize the value of the paper itself, forcing those holding it out of the shadows. Executing this maneuver requires absolute silence. Only a tiny fraction of the government, typically the head of state, the finance minister, and the central bank governor, even knows the plan exists. High-ranking ministers are deliberately excluded. At the national mints printing the replacement currency, security protocols escalate into total lockdowns. Employees surrender their communication devices and endure weeks of strict isolation from the outside world. This isolation prevents a single text message from tipping off the targets. Given advance warning, criminal syndicates will rapidly convert their illicit cash reserves into physical gold or untraceable real estate. The ultimate success of this massive, unprecedented logistical operation relies entirely on catching the entire nation completely by surprise. When the announcement drops, the immediate reality is severe logistical gridlock. Citizens rush to banks to exchange their voided cash before the deadline expires. Behind the teller windows, the government executes a highly coordinated data-gathering protocol. Every bank branch acts as a node in a nationwide, real-time intelligence dragnet. Central authorities run a forensic audit on the massive influx of surrendered paper. They track the exact serial numbers, geographic origins, and the specific volumes of old notes returning to the system. When tax intelligence algorithms detect a sudden spike of high-value deposits originating from a specific neighborhood, investigators deploy immediately. The data pinpoints exactly where the untaxed wealth was hidden. The disorganized panic on the street serves a methodical purpose, squeezing hidden liquidity directly into the glaring light of official banking ledgers. The trap also ensnares thousands of counterfeit bills that criminals panic deposit alongside the genuine currency. Intelligence labs intercept these fakes for deep chemical analysis. By isolating the ink's composition and microscopic paper fibers, analysts crack the manufacturing source code. Forensics teams use this chemical signature to trace supply lines back to foreign state actors or international crime syndicates. Meanwhile, those foreign adversaries face an immediate crisis. They hold millions in a currency they can no longer spend, with no legal mechanism to transport and deposit it into target banks before the deadline. Without deploying a single soldier or firing a bullet, the state executes a crippling financial strike against enemy operations thousands of miles away. Back on domestic soil, the central bank must physically dispose of billions of audited, highly scrutinized pieces of obsolete paper. The voided notes are fed into industrial shredders under the strict watch of armed guards and closed-circuit cameras. This heavy security prevents any fragments from being smuggled out and reassembled by fraudsters. To avoid environmental damage from burning, heavy machinery compresses the shredded fragments into dense briquettes. These bricks are then shipped to commercial recycling plants. Fortunes built on extortion, tax evasion, and smuggling conclude their life cycle as raw material for ordinary cardboard boxes and office files. The immediate toll on the country is severe. The government burns through billions printing the new currency, while the sudden cash vacuum paralyzes small businesses and temporarily halts national economic growth. But the subsequent financial data reveals a sharp pivot. The Treasury collects massive sums in forced tax penalties, and bank vaults swell with new deposits, providing the liquidity needed to issue cheaper public loans. The shock of the cash shortage accelerates a secondary objective, forcing a cash-heavy society to adopt fast, highly trackable digital transactions. The process paralyzes the public and drains massive immediate resources. But to eradicate systemic financial rot, governments will endure the temporary pain of amputation to ensure the long-term survival of their economy.